We hit the home straight today with a look at the effort being made to continue to reduce the incidence of disagreement between customers and distribution companies in the distribution leg of the power value chain, and also continue the expansion of the transmission grid. These efforts, according to the Minister of Power, Works and Housing, continue apace. He added that the expansion of the transmission grid is a 10-year strategic plan that is ongoing.
Nigeria is a country of over 150 million people and has for many years of electricity generation, transmission and distribution witnessed frequent and persistent outages. Currently, the federal government has embarked on power sector reforms with the intention of improving the unpleasant scenario, in turn reduce the scope of monopoly control of the nation's power industry. Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, says the federal government is willing to partner with the Arab Republic of Egypt to support the manufacturing and provision of meters for sustainable investments in the distribution end of the power value chain in the country, while emphasizing the 10-year transmission power plan to increase transmission capacity.
We need investments in the distribution end of our power value chain. We have a 10-year transmission plan which will increase the transmission capacity to transmit energy between the generating companies and the distribution companies, and we've already started implementing most of that. So across the country now, there are close to 90 transmission projects in different stages of completion, either expansion of substations or total reconstruction of new lines, expansion of existing capacity, reconducting of existing lines, and that is going on in about 90 different places across the country. So the transmission capacity is increasing as each project is being completed.
Sharif, who represented the Arab Republic of Egypt, appeals for continuous cooperation between Nigeria and Egypt in some mega power, works and housing projects across the nation.
We look forward to working with our partners and our friends in Nigeria to explore the opportunities of cooperation and explore the opportunities of mutual investment in Egypt and in Nigeria.
Across the country now, we have close to 90 transmission projects in different stages of completion on expansion of substation and expansion of existing capacities, among others. This has led to the increase in power generation by approximately 1,000 megawatts yearly. However, the big challenge facing the sector, which is at the distribution end, is gradually being addressed.
When we came in, the sector generates 2-point-something megawatts. It's not up to 3,000 megawatts. But today, we are generating over 7,000 megawatts. Government has invested in almost all the sectors, the generation, the transmission, and even the distribution.
We're generating less than 3,000 megawatts. Today, we are generating 7,000 megawatts and more. Now, that did not happen as an accident. It is a deliberate attempt by this government. That is how we achieved that. Now, if you generate power and it doesn't get to the end, you have a problem. Now, we also invested, and we are still investing in transmission. We have a wheeling capacity as of today that can transport over 20,000 megawatts of power. We have that capacity today. And what are we doing? We are using indigenous contractors and indigenous engineers to boost this wheeling capacity, and they are warehoused in TCN, the transmission company of Nigeria.
Acknowledging the long-standing bilateral relationship between Nigeria and Egypt, Fashola says a lot of government funding under President Muhammadu Buhari's administration is committed to power, construction of bridges, roads, airports, seaports, among others, in order to create a globally competitive Nigerian economy. The partnership between both countries will foster huge investments and boost power supply in the country.